Zach, would you hurry up? We have got a lot to do, especially since you didn't do last week's Tiny Ram, and we have very little time to do it in.
Gotcha. Say no more. See ya!
What?
Gonna need you to hold my calls, have someone do my Tiny Rams, get someone to watch my dog.
Zach, where are you going?
Didn't I tell you?
No.
Weird. Got a big Hollywood part. I'm gonna be a star. Goodbye, bitches!
So can I be the co-host now?
What?
You know, the co-host.
Mike, there is no co-host to this show.
Oh, please. A random voice that comes on every week before every show and does random banter with you, that's not considered a co-host?
No. Mike, look. Zach was disembodied here, okay? He lives here.
He does?
Well, he did. Not now.
And now you need a new roommate. Oh my god. Guess what? I have so many good friends.
No. People, am I right? Let's do this. Okay. Dark Souls publisher has announced their new game. Well, at least made it official. iPhones may be delayed. And the date is set for us to take off to the Star Wars land. You're watching RAMtv. It's official. Dark Souls publisher Bandai Namco is working on a vampire game called Code Vein. So let us prepare to dine on all the fresh new details. Let us dig in. Bandai Namco has released several new screenshots around the upcoming third-person action RPG Code Vein, complete with vampires and armor sets, giant monsters, and several different environments. Our character, known as Revenant, can increase their powers, called gifts, by draining the blood of our enemies. Gifts. Here you go, Aaron, a gift for you. Oh, what's that, Mom? A thirst for blood. Thanks, Mom! As you might expect, this means we can raise our strength, weaken enemies. You mean they lose blood and get weaker? And even attach new abilities to our weapons. You know, the normal vampire blood-sucking upgrades. Code Vein is being developed by the team behind God Eater and published by Bandai Namco. Again, you may know their lesser-known titles like Dark Souls. Code Vein comes out in 2018 on all major consoles. However, there is no talk about a PC version yet. But there is more good news coming up on the PC if you're a Blizzard fan. Kevin has more.
Thanks, Aaron. Today I'm bringing some news involving Blizzard Entertainment's past titles. If you do not know already, Blizzard is planning to release StarCraft 1 HD Remastered this summer. In preparation of this, the Blizzard guys have decided to bless us with the original StarCraft and its expansion for free. Yeah, you heard me. There's no cash at all. How to do this is just launch your Blizzard client, go to the store, click on Classic Games, and you can find it right there. I feel like this is a great way to introduce StarCraft to the newer generation of gamers. A gamer that goes by the name of Dr. Cliché played through the entire Diablo 2 campaign without attacking at all. It almost took him 8 hours to complete the campaign. In this pacifist run, the player cannot swing at all against any enemy or cast any spells at all. The item that can make the run possible relies on the player to get the Adorn armor, which causes enemies to hurt themselves when they attack you. Later, you will need to find the Shiver armor, which basically does the same thing. If you would like to watch Dr. Cliché and his pacifist run, just go to YouTube and type in Diablo 2 pacifist run. It will be the first video you see. Now, if you excuse me, it's time to go murder some unicorns in Whimsyshire. Back to you, Aaron.
Thanks, Kevin. Just don't murder all of the unicorns. They are becoming an endangered species. All those games that are being released free to play are on the PC only. Speaking of PC, let's turn to its better counterpart, the Apple. Well, sort of. Apple's been quiet for a couple of weeks, and it leaves me wondering, well, what's going on?
Well, Aaron, they're actually running with their heads cut off.
Ray, you're just being a little dramatic right now.
Well, I am dramatic, Aaron, but this time I'm not being dramatic.
Okay, fine then, Ray. What's happening with Apple?
iPhone, delay, crisis. I'll tell you more about it when I take your job in a second.
Wait, what?
to today's RAM. So yes, I'm sorry, Aaron, I had to take this from you, but this is actually kind of big news. So recently, there was a report from a Japanese site called Mac Otakaru, and they're saying that the new premium iPhone 8 is actually being delayed by almost 2 months. Why is it being delayed by almost 2 months? Well, they're citing that the bigger screen and the curved edges that the iPhone 8 is supposed to have is making production kind of little issues here and there. But also, there is a rumor that Apple is putting a fingerprint sensor into the screen itself, which Samsung tried to do. However, they did not go that route, and they only put it on the back of these Samsung Galaxy S8s, which of course was just announced, was just released. Of course, you might be seeing videos about the Galaxy S8 right now. The embargo has lifted, but this is actually very interesting because the delays for mainstay Apple products are not too common. Yes, the Apple AirPods were delayed for a couple of weeks, but those were accessories. This is the iPhone 8. This is according to some people as well, the new upgraded iPhone was actually going to be called the iPhone Edition because this would be the 10th anniversary of the iPhone being released, being announced by, of course, Steve Jobs in that one of the most famous press events ever. And I think this is actually kind of bad for Apple. Now, there are also reports that the iPhone 7s and the iPhone 7s Plus are going to be released this year as well. But that there'll be 3 phones: the iPhone 7s, 7s Plus, and the iPhone Edition, iPhone 8, whatever you want to call it, the most high-end new phone that Apple's going to release. A month or two delay, especially if the phone is typically announced in September, could mean that you may not get your new iPhone for Christmas. And especially for companies, that holiday window is such an important window for sales, to generate good profits to start the new year off right instead of a little weaker. Like I said with last week with Fitbit, Fitbit did not have so much of a good holiday sale, and right now their only product is a revamp of a last year's product and not a completely new product. But I digress. But the iPhone 8, are you willing to wait until Christmas around late November to really get the phone, or are you gonna get the iPhone 7, 7s Plus? I know I'm gonna wait for the iPhone 8. I have an iPhone 6 right now, iPhone 6 Plus. Sorry, I have an iPhone 6 Plus right now, and I want the iPhone 8. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna be waiting in that line online to get my phone because I want the phone. Sorry, I had to get you onto my level because I'm serious. I want an iPhone 8. And what do you want? Or are you excited for the Galaxy S8 that was just, of course, the embargo's lifted, like I said again. But yeah, this is Ray Bolanos. I'm going to give it back to you, Aaron. I'm sorry this ran a little bit late, but this is iPhone news. I'm an iPhone fanboy, or some people may call me an iPhone fanboy. But I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Waiting for a phone to come out. How will we get by? I guess by breathing. Coming up, some good news on Star Wars Land. You're watching RAMtv. Welcome back. How fun are those commercials? It's been almost a year since we talked about the newest addition to the happiest place on Earth, Star Wars Land. It was announced back in 2015, and since then there have been some very interesting developments surrounding Disneyland's newest and most anticipated land. Michael Cook has the story.
2017 can be summed up for Star Wars fans pretty much in one word: bittersweet. Although last year's incredible blockbuster hit, The Force Awakens, absolutely solidified what can be known as the most amazing Star Wars film of the 21st century, the passing of Carrie Fisher, who portrayed Princess Leia for the past 40 years, was truly devastating to the heart of every Jedi Knight in the galaxy. However, Disney has done an incredible job to make sure that the dark side is still at bay, with not one, not two, but 3 incredible announcements made just this past weekend at the Star Wars celebration in Orlando, Florida. Disney and LucasArts actually revealed Star Wars The Last Jedi in a full trailer for special fans, according to the Disney Parks blog. And along with that, they also showed some behind-the-scenes sneak peek of what's going to be happening with Star Wars Land. Now, Star Wars Land, as many people know, is an absolutely incredible addition to Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios. We now have a little bit more of the backstory behind where this land is taking place. It's not on Endor. It's not really on any of the known lands, but it is in the outer rim of the galaxy. It's basically an old trading post where different creatures, different aliens, different humans all have once at one time use this as a major place to be able to transport goods all throughout the galaxy, but now it's sort of a tourist trap. So we have gotten confirmation that you will be able to have an e-ticket attraction on the Millennium Falcon. You will be able to have lunch in the cantina. And of course, there's lots of special surprises that are going to be coming out in Star Wars Land, which has been confirmed that there will be differences between the one in California and the one in Florida. So it just gives you an opportunity to go and see both. But I got to tell you, this year is super exciting because it is the 40th anniversary of Star Wars. So, it's a big deal. So Disney is, even for me, while I didn't particularly grow up with Star Wars, I was surrounded with it thanks to my Uncle John, my Uncle Mike, and, of course, a lot of my friends who were huge Star Wars nerds. But I gotta tell you, I'm super proud and super pleased to be a part of this fan base. And the fact that it is coming to Disneyland, my home sweet home, I gotta admit, it's super exciting. So, 2019 is the year you gotta wait for to be able to explore the land of Star Wars in Disneyland and at Walt Disney World. Aaron?
Thanks, Mike. That music just for you guys. I hope you like what you saw. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell so you can be updated as soon as your news gets uploaded. Be sure to visit our GoFundMe and our Patreon pages so we can grow and continue to give you the high-quality product you deserve. We're so grateful for all the support that you've given us, and we can't wait to spend more time with you. You come back every day for a Tiny Ram and every Saturday for the newest episode of RAMtv. We'll see you soon. Do you Ram? You want to sing us out?